Now, first and foremost, the eyes are not shaped like an almond. I do not know why a lot of beginners love to draw eyes this way. Instead of an almond, you'd want a parallelogram shape instead. For those who don't know what a parallelogram is, it's basically just a rectangle doing the Michael Jackson lean. Yeah, that wasn't funny. Anyways, like I said, you start off by drawing a parallelogram. Then for the iris, you want to draw a ramen bowl instead of a full circle, because drawing a full circle makes your character look crazy. Or better yet, you can start with a full circle, then erase the top part so that all you're left with is a semicircle, aka a ramen bowl. Now, if you have been following all the steps accurately up until this point, then you should have something that already somewhat resembles an eye. And congrats, you're on the right track. And if you somehow manage to make a mistake, then just go to the corner and cry, bro, because you lack talent. It's a skill issue, bro. I'm kidding. Feel free to go back and rewatch any part of this video you missed. We're all learning here, so yeah, you can always rewind, fast forward, anything you want to do, as long as you understand what I'm trying to say. All right, right now what we're doing is we're going to refine our basic parallelogram shape so it can look more like an eye. And to do that, all you have to do is to define the eyelashes, the bottom of the eye, and the pupils. After you've done that, you may now proceed to add more details like the eyelid and the eyebrow. Congrats, your eye is finally starting to come together. Now obviously this looks more like a boy's eye instead of a girl's eye, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw another eye for the girl. Psych. I'm too lazy to do that, so what I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate my first drawing and I'm just gonna tweak it a bit so it looks more like a girl's eye. Okay, and if you're on pen and paper, then I'm sorry, you have to draw another eye, bro. Anyway, it's time to yassify this eye so it looks more like it belongs to a girl and not a guy in his 50s. And to do that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add curly eyelashes, adjust the overall eye shape so it looks more rounded and more curvy. And that is a major difference between eyes of a guy and eyes of a girl. Just remember this cheat code, guys. Boys' eyes are more angular and sharp. They're more like straight with a lot of sharp edges. Meanwhile, that of a girl are more rounded, they're more curvy, they're more softer overall. Anyway, it's time to color our eyes. I decided to use a darker skin tone for this video, but you can choose to use whatever kind of skin tone you want. I mean, it's your drawing. I just decided to use the darker one. And yeah, we're gonna fill in the base color, then we're going to color the white part of the eyes. I know I said the white part of the eye, but I do not really like using white to color. Instead, I use something very close to white, but it's a little bit darker. So yeah, I'm not gonna use just like pure white, more like a dirty white, if that makes sense. Somewhat gray, somewhat brown, but it's still white. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I'm going to do now, I'm going to use a darker shade of the skin tone, and I'm going to airbrush the area around the eye just to make it a bit darker. And if you ask me why I'm doing this, I won't have an answer for you. I'm just doing it because I think it looks good. Now, this isn't a skin coloring tutorial, so I'm not really going to go too deep into detail here on what I'm doing, but what I'm basically doing right now is I'm shading the surrounding area of the eye. And for this, I'm going to be using a mixture of the hard brush and the blur tool. I'm just going to be playing around with the blur tool. Usually when you're shading any part of the body, you'd want a mix of hard and soft shadows. It just offers contrast, bro. I know what I'm saying, but I can't explain it to you right now because, like I said, this isn't a skin coloring tutorial, so let's try to stay on subject here. After this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add highlights using the airbrush in wherever I think it looks good. I'm not a beginner, so I have a vague idea of where highlights and shadows are meant to be, but for you who's a beginner, you can always use references. References are your best friend. Next, I want to add a base color for the eyes. So I use the dark brown for the guy's eye and I use the pale dark green for the girl's eye. I discovered that I didn't like how the girl's eye looked, so I tweaked it a bit. Nothing too crazy. The way I colored the eyes, I used the airbrush to apply a dark gradient to the top part of the eye. Then I used the same airbrush to highlight a gradient at the bottom half of the eye. Do this for both eyes, then add in a single highlight of any shape or form of your choice. And I think we are done. Shazam! This is the end result. Watch this video next and I'll see you there.